Hey everybody, this is my 20-gallon open-topped office tank, and tonight we are just going to shoot a little update video about it. I got a couple of things going on, and I want to throw an idea out there and get some opinions on it before I do anything about it, so we're going to talk about that in this video as well. So first of all, I mentioned recently that my Pothos plant that I trimmed back so heavily is not doing great. Some of the cuttings that I've put in some of my other tanks are doing really well, but this one is not really recovered from, admittedly, a really significant trimming. I know it's kind of hard to tell on camera. It's all getting sort of washed out, but you can see a lot of the leaves are really pale, and it doesn't look like a nitrogen deficiency where you get that sort of pale yellowing look, although admittedly there is a little bit of that going on too now that I'm looking at them. But I think what's going on is more probably a calcium and magnesium deficiency, so I'm going to have to figure out a way to get a little more calcium and magnesium to them. I might simply put a little bit of that poultry grit that I like to use and simply incorporate a little bit of it into the planter at the base of the root system, and as that dissolves into the water, they'll be able to draw the calcium and magnesium they need out of that. And then if they're still turning pale, it will be lack of nitrogen, but I really seriously doubt there is a lack of nitrogen here. Every time I check the nitrate, it is always still up into the red, at least over 40 parts per million, between 40 and 80, somewhere in that neighborhood, and that should be plenty to keep that Pothos plant looking good. So the other thing that I want to get people's opinions about is what to add to this tank. I did have the German blue ram in here, but that did not survive, and so I bought a Bolivian ram that I did not think was going to survive. I haven't never even bothered to show it on video because I brought it home looking, you know, it looked like death warmed over when I brought it home, and I brought it home just in the hopes that maybe it would recover. It was kind of an impulse purchase. I wanted to take something home that day, and that Bolivian ram was the only one left in the tank, and so I took it anyway. And so now I do believe it's finally gone for good. The last time I saw it, it looked like it was on death's doorway, possibly just inside, perhaps inspecting the hat stand. And I haven't seen it since then, and that was 3 or 4 days ago, and so I'm assuming at this point it's made its way down the hallway and is no longer at death's door. The result of that, of course, is, if you've noticed, I've got fry in this tank everywhere. The little cichlid in there, even though the Bolivian rams and the German blue rams are very docile as far as cichlids go, they will still snack on fry. Now, I know these platies will occasionally snack on their own fry. The guppies will snack on the fry if they get a chance, but they're not vigorous about it. They're not sort of predatory about it, and the result is once the cichlids are out of the tank, I break out in live bears. I've got so many little babies swimming around in this tank. I guarantee if I stirred up that mass of Java Windalov right there, you'd see a bunch of little babies come swimming out of there. So definitely need to do something about the overpopulation of fish, and I'm just wondering what people's ideas are out there. I got the idea possibly of a keyhole cichlid. I know that's a popular one that gets mentioned a lot. I'd still like to have a German blue ram in here. I'm just debating whether or not I should try getting another PetSmart. You know, the inexpensive ones I bought seem to be doing fine. It was the expensive one that I bought that I put in this tank that didn't make it. The other 3 that I bought are thriving. So maybe should I throw the dice and buy another PetSmart blue ram? But that would then give me 3 tanks with blue rams in them. So, you know, I might want to mix it up a little bit. So, I don't know. Anyway, I'd be interested to hear your ideas or whatever your suggestions might be for what kind of fish I could put in this tank. And then, of course, I'm going to say make sure you're subscribed. That way you won't miss any of the updates on this tank or anything else I've got going on. Don't forget I do a live stream every Friday and Sunday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Thanks for watching this one. I'll see you real soon in the next one.